Greetings, this is the instrument sidekick video for the trombone. Page 22, 2 more notes! Page 22, 2 more notes. 22, 2, 22, 2, 2. Okay, so we have 2 more notes and some info here and here, okay? Let's talk about this little bit here first, alright? Where it mentions that you can get a white belt. White belt is being able to play 5 notes from memory, knowing how to play them and being able to hit them absolutely right. So basically, in our next meeting or class or whatever, I can test you on that. So make sure you do this video and really work on that. If you wait and you learn this stuff in a lesson, okay, since these things have to be memorized, I won't be able to test it in that lesson. I mean, obviously, you know, everybody can memorize what they learned like 2 minutes ago and have it from memory. So it would have to be the next lesson after that. So hopefully you're watching this video and you're getting kind of ahead and you're going to be ready for that lesson for me to give that test. And basically I will call out the names of notes. You already know D, C, and B flat. And on this page you learn F and E flat. So between those 5, I'll just call out names and notes and be like, play an F, and you play an F. Play a D. And that's how you pass for your white belt. And basically I'm using a martial arts belt system to keep track of everyone's level, okay? So I can, that's how I'll know what level you're at by knowing, by you having that level belt. Now, realize that when you take that test, that you are allowed to make mistakes in the test, you just need to fix them. That's all. So if I say play an E flat and you play a D, you play it and be like, whoops, sorry, I played a D, let me play an E flat, and then you play it right, and then you're okay. Just like if you're taking a math test and you write a number 4 when you meant to write a 5, well, you erase it and put the correct number on before you hand in the test, right? Totally fine to make mistakes as long as you correct your mistakes. That's what's important. If you make the mistake and you don't know you made it, then you're failing the test, okay? So if you do fail a test, by the way, what's great about this is then the next lesson, you can take the test again. You can take the test every lesson for the entire year and finally get it months from now, and it's totally fine, okay? So that's what's great about these tests, is they aren't just set in stone. Then you get another chance at it the next time you have a lesson, all right? So that's what you need for the white belt test. Then over here it says yellow belt. So the yellow belt test is being able to play all 3 of these songs, which we're going to go over in this video. So first things first, we got to know to play these songs, we have to know our 4th and 5th notes here, okay? Now the first one here is the real challenging one, F. Now don't get confused. When I write 4th line up, I'm describing where the note is. Okay, that does not mean you're playing 4th position. I have a lot of students get confused with that. 4th line up is where the note is on the staff, but it's in 1st position. Okay, now F is on the 4th line up. If you remember, B flat was on the 2nd line up. So F is higher sounding than a B flat. But if you remember, B flat is also in 1st position. So F is the first note that you have to be in the same position as another note you already know, but you need to change your embouchure. Okay, so if you ever tried to play a B flat and you played too high, you were probably playing an F. All right, but that's why it would have been a wrong note when you went to try to play the B flat and it came out too high. If you're playing an F, it's not a B flat. So that is a tough thing with the lessons, with the white belt test, is if I say play an F and you play a B flat, you're in the right position, but you're playing the wrong note. You need to be able to, without me telling you that you were playing too low, change the note and play it correctly for me. So that is where the real challenge is. And I get a lot of people very disappointed when they're trying for their white belt test because they sometimes have trouble with that. So that is going to take a little bit of extra work, all right? So first, I'm going to play for you an F. So we're about 4.5 minutes in. Here is what an F sounds like. All right. Now I'll play a B flat for you. F. That low one was B flat. So you might want to work on being able to change between those two notes frequently, so you can that might give you a better sense of what it feels like, and you maybe will do better in the test. All right, then E flat happens to be the third space up and third position, so hopefully there won't be any confusion there. So E flat is in third position, so you got to be in third position. Remember, fourth was down there, third is over here. Fourth, third. So E flat sounds like this. F, E flat, D, C, B flat, B flat, C, D, E flat, F, F, E flat, D, C, B flat. Alright, so those 5 notes need to be memorized for your white belt test. Then for yellow belt test, you need to be able to play these 3 songs, and I'll talk on the next page about what the little practice check boxes are underneath them. So for now, Jingle Bells, the things that go wrong tend to be, in Jingle Bells, the second line there where you have to go... A lot of people have trouble with that F to B flat leap, okay? So you got to make sure you have that. And then the third line down, there's a bunch of E flats in a row. And I get a lot of students when they're testing for Jingle Bells playing either too many or too few of those E flats. And you got to make sure you're doing the right number of them, okay? It does make a difference musically that you play the right number of notes. If you have a bunch of the same note in a row, you got to do the right number of those notes in a row. All right, so here is Jingle Bells. We're about a little bit before 7 minutes in. Here we go. Pause, latch, and rest. All right, so that is what Jingle Bell sounds like. Now, the next one is Good King Wenceslas. That's pronounced Wenceslas, okay? So here is Good King Wenceslas. We're about 7 minutes and 40-some seconds in. Here we go, Good King Wenceslas. Rest position. All right, then lastly, dreidel dreidel. Now, here's the mistake people make with dreidel dreidel. A lot of it's how it's written. All right, so a lot of people, they get to this D here where it's a long D, and then they'll forget that there's another D at the end of this one. Okay, so they'll go F D F D F D, and then they'll skip down to the F F E D C, and forgetting that they got to hit this note over here. So it goes F D F D F D. D, F, F, E flat, D, C, C, E flat, C, E flat, C, E flat, C, C, F, E flat, D, C, B flat. And then we have the word repeat. Now, hopefully you've learned from your music classes that repeat means you got to do the whole song again. Only a second time, not like a bunch of times, all right? But one more time, you got to do the whole song. So you have to repeat the song. So also, that's the other mistake people make when they do this test. If you forget the repeat, well, you've only played half the song. You see, for the yellow belt test, you can make mistakes in these songs. You can make a few mistakes here and there. That's totally fine. Like handing in a math test and getting 2 problems wrong out of 20. You're going to still pass the test, all right? And you'll learn from the mistakes that you made. That's totally fine. But if you only get half of the questions right, then that's not as good. That's not going to be a passing grade. So same thing with this, with a yellow belt test. Don't forget that repeat, because otherwise you're only done half the song, okay? So here is dreidel dreidel. This is 9 minutes and 50 seconds in. Here we go, dreidel dreidel. And rest position. All right, so add these to your repertoire. Still do your mouthpiece exercises. Still play Hot Cross Buns, Mary Had a Little Lamb, and All Claire de la Lune. All right, but now see if you can add these to what you're able to play, and be practicing all 5 of these notes and all 6 songs now that you will hopefully know. Practice, practice. Remember, it takes a lot of practice before it starts to sound right, and then take some practice to keep it sounding right, all right? So keep working on it. Have fun. Play, 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 and may the force be with you.